Open world became a standard in almost every game that releases these days, and it genuinely feels so forced. But maybe it doesn't only feel that way, maybe it actually is forced. What I realized is that people love the idea of a big open world game more than they actually love the game. Like, they get trapped into this fantasy that I'm gonna play 100 hours of this game, it's gonna be so good, I'm gonna be able to do whatever the fuck I want. And when the game actually releases, most of these guys either don't play the game or they say it's too boring, because it probably is, because their fantasy overestimated. You gotta be careful with our fantasy, because they can overestimate things so much, and they can actually make those things look worse than they should have, and that they probably would have if we didn't fantasize that much about it. And the thing is that a lot of players never play open world games, not all of them, but you know, the big open world games, if they didn't have any kind of fast travel or some kind of a vehicle to get past them and get to the point of interest that we need to go. Do you really think people give a fuck about the open world after, let's say, 3 hours in? Speak from my experience, open worlds are interesting first 1 to 2 hours. Maybe if the game is really big or really entertaining, then it can be a little bit longer, but that's it. After that, I just want to skip it and get to the main part of the story, to progress to the story, because genuinely I don't give a fuck about open worlds. Also, these big games kill freedom, you know, in a way that we just have so many decisions to make, and we all know that more decisions equals we'll probably spend less time actually doing anything, and we'll just get trapped in the menu and never actually play the game. Because you open a map, you see a whole ton of quests, you see a pretty big open world, and you think, oh my god, I'm gonna be able to choose whatever I want. But even if we do choose whatever we want, we then wonder if we picked the best quest we could have, and if we would have enjoyed another quest more. That's a trap that a lot of big games let us fall into, and that means that we don't finish those games. Open world hurts story in a way that, let's say, the game says the world is ending, and what would you expect? You would expect it to, you need to be like pretty quick, maybe a time limit, but it doesn't need to be a time limit, it just needs to look like the world's ending. But then after like that, your next quest is go and collect, I don't know, 15 fucking wood logs to finish your house or shit. I mean, the urgency just disappears. It just feels like the main story is the side thing here, which is not good. Generally, open worlds are way easier to advertise. That's what I understood. Because what do all these developers want? That's right, they all want money. And I'll ask you a question. What hooks you easier and is way easier to advertise? A, good pacing, amazing story, good characters, or B, 100-hour campaign, 200 kilometers big map, and unlimited side quests? If you answered B, congratulations, you are correct. But if you answered A and it was an honest answer, not just because it looks like it should have been an answer, you actually win long term because you understand this game of open worlds. Also, what happens a lot is that new game developers worry about open worlds a lot. They have pressure from fans, they have pressure from other big companies that they're signed to, because if this game doesn't make any money, and that team didn't make any money before that or were bad before that, they have to pour their soul into them, and to most of them the answer to making more money is a big open world, entertaining open world, a lot of side quests, a long campaign, or the fans will criticize a game if it doesn't have that big open world and all that. But even if it does, fans will still fucking criticize it. Do you remember what happened to Mafia: The Old Country? By everybody, I mean everybody fucking said, oh, you can't swim in this game. Who gives a shit about swimming in a Mafia game, dude? I don't know if you can swim. I think you can swim only in Mafia 3. I'm not sure if you can swim in any other Mafia games. I played all of them. I never tried to swim in those games because those games are story driven. Yes, they have a little bit of open world segments, but they're not that big. And what is the point of swimming when you're trapped on, not trapped, when you're located on generally one island or one place? Some games just do not need open worlds, but fans still force them, which is pretty bad. People praise huge maps, but most of them are too huge and too empty. Because if the map is huge and empty, what is the point of making the map huge? Is it just that advertising that you can say the map is huge, but still gonna get a lot of hate from the fans when they actually realize that the map is empty. So I don't see the point in making those kinds of open worlds. But yeah, we have them. There are a lot of them. Or either they make that or they're too huge and have so many filler stuff inside them. I'm not saying about side quests because side quests can genuinely be entertaining. I'm talking about, I don't know, you can see a cat anywhere. Like you're walking to the open world, you see a cat, and then you can speak to a cat, pet the cat. Yeah, it's cute first few times, but it ain't gonna be cute the fucking 200th time when you walk past that cat. The game gives you an option to pet it, or the cat disrupts you and you need to pet it. It isn't gonna be fun or cute. Another problem is that people spend over 4,000, even more, but that's just the general number I chose on one game just because of the open worlds, which means that they play less of other games and they spend 166 days on one game. That's 4,000 hours, 166 fucking days, or half a year, which is just like, if you really have nothing going on in your life and you are willingly spending over 4,000 hours on a game, over 1,000 hours on a game, story mode game mostly, it's just sick, dude. That's not normal, and you are not considered a pro gamer, you're just considered a fucking obsessed gamer or a crazy dude. I don't know, but spending that much time on a game is crazy. And this has come to my mind because I saw a comment when I was researching for this video. I saw a comment that said, it was like under an Assassin's Creed video, which is crazy. I saw a comment that said, I spent 4,000 hours on this game. It was awesome, worth every last minute. Was it though? Was it worth every last minute? I wouldn't say so. These big open world games just become kind of chores because you feel like you must finish these open worlds or you'll miss out on something. They must, like, these players must find all there is to find. Like, dude, you gotta chill. The game should make you feel happy and relaxed, not like a to-do list. It should not be a to-do list. You should not have a to-do list when you open the game. Okay, go to this part, check. Finish this boss, check. Pet this cat, check. Buy this hot dog, check. I don't know. Anything, check. It should not feel that way. We should genuinely enjoy those games that we play. So the main problem of open world games is that it's hard to enjoy a game when you have a big open world constantly staring back at you. Like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't fall into a trap, and I'm not blaming anyone who falls into a trap these open world games, because genuinely it's hard not to fall into this trap because there is a lot of open world games that are just pointless and useless.